Alright, so we have music today. Gold Marisa. Perfect. I'm a Marisa expert, so I will most likely be more in depth the things I can teach you. Alright, so first,
Okay.
let's see what the level is at. So I'm gonna make some mistakes here and there, see if you can pick them up. It's not really about me beating you or you beating me.
I like that outfit.
Oh, whoops! Where am I going?
That pair was crazy.
I think my Marisa is scary.
It's a bit scary. Do say so myself.
Where are you going? Oh, whoops.
Marisa wins! Round one. Fight!
Oh, you used the heavy version, right?
Round two. Fight!
There's some on me.
Now you know him.
Marisa win.
All right, Ryu time. See if I can do something with Ryu.
Here comes a new challenger.
Let us begin.
Give me your best shot.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, what?
Round two. Fight. Ryu wins. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. two, fight.
What's that?
Real win.
All right.
Marisa.
Come to the training area so we can discuss findings, what to think about your gameplay, your style, and see
There you go.
how we can improve on that. Right.
Right.
Comes a new challenger.
So please turn on the screen display settings the input history display for player 1, player 2, and then the frame meter on. Right. So one little positive aspect that I can say about your game is that sometimes when I come into this area right here, you tried a little bit to push me away, right? You just started pressing buttons, which is all right, but it's definitely not the best thing. Like, you cannot allow people to just come in and sit right here next to you, right? Marisa doesn't want to be playing here.
Right.
Against my Marisa, for some reason, you started walking backwards. You walk backwards way too much, right? You get pushed. You push yourself into the corner way too much. Like, you cannot be doing this during a match. You need to control the space a little bit better, and at least try to challenge people trying to just push you away with stuff like this, right? If I just keep doing something like this, then you'll find yourself in the corner. And Marisa is really bad in the corner. She doesn't have much going on for her, except, you know, doing this or maybe this, right?
There.
But even then, you know, throws can beat those. You know, if I empty jump that, then you'll be in trouble. So you want to avoid the corner as much as possible, right? But definitely walking backwards like that is not the best game plan, right? I also noticed that you do this a lot.
Oh yeah.
Right? You don't have your I would say the fundamentals down for her combo route, which is just doing this, right? And some other stuff, like you use this to approach, like from way over here. You try to do something like this or something like this, right? When you use phalanx, you use it to approach, right? And I know that most Marisa players without a solid game plan, they use this or maybe this as a way to approach your opponent, and that's definitely not why you want to use them, right? It can work sometimes, but it's not oh, I'm far away, so I'm just gonna throw it to get close, right? This is not the best approach to using these tools, right?
Yeah.
But other than that, well, yeah, there's a lot to work on, because the tools of your characters, you're not utilizing it as well as you should, right? And that's fine, considering your rank. That's perfectly fine. Another thing is that at this range of the screen, you use the heavy gladius to try and get as far as possible, and definitely this is not something that you want to be doing, right? Well,
It's not a move I should be throwing out.
it's kind of good that this reaches farther forward, but if you whiff, then it's a lot easier to punish us. So that's the thing. I've been
Yeah.
trying to avoid using heavy gladius, and I started using light gladius and get a better sense of the space that I really need to be at, right? So let's start with the beginning, right? where's the real range that Marisa likes to be at. So it's this range right here. This is the space that you want to be controlling, like right over here. She's an outside fighter. You don't want to be here, or you don't want people to be like right in front of you. You need to avoid letting people get in front of you by doing the light gladius, or you can just do the target combo, right? But this is the range that you want to be. If you want to punish something, then you use the heavy kick or the heavy punch, right? And if you see them coming closer, then you just light gladius and punish them for coming closer to you. And if they just block, then definitely you're just taking out the drive gauge. So this is the space that you want to control right here, right? A little bit like way when the heavy gladius hits, right? I'm not saying you shouldn't be using this at all. It's just that you should use it. How do you say it? You shouldn't be using it as much, right? Because if I'm right here and you just simply use it, you're gonna get punished easy, right? All right, so let's begin with your buttons. What can you do with your buttons, right? Starting with the lights, right? You have this, in order to get some pressure out. If you see people blocking, like if you block for a second, just block. All right, so if I do this to you and I want to add a little bit more pressure, a little bit more drive gauge damage, then I can just do that, right? And if they don't parry the second hit, then this is a true block string, right? Then you have your light conversion, right? Don't block anymore. So you need to have this down. It is very, very important that you have this down. So we get a plus. We have a plus 31 situation right here, and the opponent is right in front of us, right? So we have a lot of Oki setups. Which is, if I do this, then if you press a button right there, you're gonna get hit, right? You're gonna get counter hit. See?
Okay.
If you try to tag, then you will get hit as well, right? So you definitely need to get this down. Other things that the light punch has. I'm gonna start with the easy one, right? Doing this especially when you're pressuring people in the corner, right? And they try to escape, and you don't have really much time. So if you try to jump over me, right? And I can do this, and I can put you back into that space, right? So you use this button for that. You can use the medium punch as well, but this comes out a little bit faster, I'd say, right? Also, I don't know if you noticed, but if you throw quadriga at me, just throw a light quadriga.
What's that again?
This thing.
Okay.
So if I'm going to punish you, I can do this, right? So that means that on punish counter, you can combo this into this, right? But if you know like the theory behind it, punish counter adds 4 frames to whatever hit you're doing, right? So if this is +3, then if you get +4, then it's 7, and this punch is 7, right? So the same theory applies to drive rush, right? If I drive rush and hit you with this, then I'm +7. So that means that I can do this as well, right? And if I time it properly, then you'll get a combo out of that, right? So that's another thing that you can do with your light punch, right? If you want to practice it a little bit, then go ahead. Drive
light
rush,
punch, and then
drive rush into crouching light punch and standing medium punch target combo. No. You need to hit when the drive rush is still active. Otherwise, you're not gonna get it. You waited. There you go, and then
like that.
Yeah, stand and medium punch. Right? You cannot do it super fast. There you go. See, it's you know the difference between a link and a cancel, right?
I think I do.
Well, I'm gonna explain anyways, right? So if I do this, I'm canceling the recovery of my light punch to do the Dima, right? So you can, as you can see, the punch never comes back, right? So that's a cancel.
Right.
A link, you need to wait for the animation to finish in order to pull the next thing, right? So you need to wait for the punch to come back in order to be able to hit the next thing, right?
Okay.
So as you can see, it's not very easy, but you know, once you practice it a couple times, then it becomes really easy, right? Alright, you wanna try it again?
Yeah.
No combo there. You should get a 3-hit combo. Alright, so another recommendation that I'm gonna give you when you're in the training area right here, you should try as much as you can not to mash, right? So if you're trying to do the target combo, you press the medium punch 2 times, right? You don't need to press it 1,000 times, right? It comes out and it works, right? But if you're gonna come into the training area to train, then you definitely want to clean up some of your inputs, right? And if you're gonna do a combo like right here, you don't want to be pressing, you know, medium like mad, but because you need the timing, right? This is what you want to do, right? And if it doesn't come out, then you try again. But try as much as you can. See, I'm doing light punch into a couple medium punches, right? And if it doesn't come out, that's fine. But you need to get the timing down. If you're just smashing, then you're not really learning the timing. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Also, do you have this? Do you have that down? What's your
are you
controller
talking
type,
about
by the
the-
way?
Oh, I'm on a dual sense.
Oh, okay, a pad. All right, fine. So the light conversion, you know. All right, something I'm noticing like right off the bat. Did you turn on the input history display for both?
Yes.
Okay, so you're pressing down back, right? When you're attacking, you should just you know, let go of the back. You're not blocking anymore, right? So instead of pressing down back, you should just press down. You know, the motion coming to back, it's gonna be a lot easier, right? Instead of pressing, you know, down back, right? You need to. It's fine to press down back, but you need to release it and just press down to get this a lot easier.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, fine. That's fine. All right. So moving on. All right. Let's do the light kick. Right. The light kick is not the best thing in the world. It's not really that great, but when you have people on top of you, pressing buttons and you know, trying to harass you with medium punches, right? You can just use this and push them away sometimes, right? Again, as Marisa, you don't want people to be on top of you, so we are. Oh, trying to just do the other side. So if I'm right here pressing buttons and doing stuff like this, right, all the time, that you will see from other characters, right? People tend to do too many things after pressing a medium, right? But most of those buttons are -2 or -3, so that means that they cannot really do much if you just block them, right? So if you block my medium or this medium, then you can definitely just press this and get a little bit more of room, right? You do this, especially against Marisa, right? If you try to do Gladius, just try to charge the Gladius. Try to charge it.
Anybody's?
Yeah, just charge it. See, if I do this, then I will interrupt you, right? So it's really good against Marisa, but against any other characters, you know, pressing these buttons sometimes can help you get a little bit of room, right? Another thing is that if you this is very, you know, very finicky to do, right? But if you do like charge heavy punch, just charge heavy punch, right? So I can do this into this, It's not the best thing. Definitely, it's not the best thing. You don't want to be doing that, but just know that it exists, and you might need to use it sometimes, right? It only
Right.
works on punish counter or counter hit, right? but yeah, it's there. I'm here to teach the tools that you have, whether you use them or not.
Yeah.
It's up to you, right? Again, the light conversion from this is very important to have, right? This, and this. Jumping in, then it's our cross up button, the only cross up buttons that we have, and this can combo into this. If you hit like really low, you can hit this into that. Also, if you get a counter hit, then you definitely can combo into this. What else? Yeah, I guess that's it with that button, right? If you try to hit me when I'm gonna do this and try to hit me, right? Simulate something, right? After this situation right here, a lot of people, well, you know that you can go into the command grab, right?
Yeah.
You can go into the command grab, right? So a lot of people try to avoid that by jumping out, and if you press this, you will not allow them to jump away from that situation, right?
Okay.
You try to jump. Try to jump away. Like if I try and do the command grab at you and you jump, then you get away from the situation. But if you try to jump here,
Oh.
you get hit, right?
Okay.
You get stuck to the ground. Alright. Moving on from the medium. You could also sometimes do. If you get a knockdown, right, and you want to hit low, then you definitely want to use this, right? It's a good thing to change what you do after wake up. You shouldn't be doing just the same thing over and over. So having this is also really good. It's not very big damage, but it kind of resets the situation, right? And you can do this into this again. Right? You need to add this kind of variety to your game in order to, if I do this all the time to you, then of course I will get like a super big combo out of this. But if I just do that to you, then you will be ready for that, right?
Yeah.
Alright, moving on to the medium buttons. I'm gonna start with the medium kick, which is definitely not our greatest tool, right? So why do we want to use this button? Like on neutral, it's just to push people out. When you're like in this situation, you just push people out and then you walk away. We get nothing out of this or out of this. There's absolutely nothing we can do. That's why on neutral they are not so good. Like you can just poke and get a little bit of room and air to breathe and push people out. But other than that, it's definitely not a button that you want to be pressing a lot, right? You can stop drive rushes with this, right? If you drive rush into me, yeah, I can do this, and it's it's one of our best buttons to stop drive rushes, right? You could use this, but this is more reassuring to me sometimes, right? Alright, so when does the medium kick shines? Well, one of the things is jumping medium kick gets really annoying, right? If you can use it very late, and it reaches really far, right? So this is very annoying to do against your opponent and to deal with. Like if you jump from very far away, then you can possibly hit this into that, right? But other than that, the medium kick is really good to set up this combo right here, right? You can do this into this, or you can just try rush into this, right? It's very important to have this down, like this into this. It's very important to get, and it's not as straightforward. Again, it's another link that you need to wait for the kick to come down to be able to use it, right?
Yeah.
Do crouching medium punch into standing medium kick into back heavy punch.
Crouch medium punch into
this. Alright, so again, I'm noticing that you're constantly pressing down back regardless, you know. You need to get into this mindset that you're not gonna block, right? You're not going to block. You're going to attack. So if you're going to attack, do not press down back. Just press down. All right. All right. Crouching medium punch, drive rush cancel. Oh, you're doing the forward motion instead of the parry button.
Is the parry button better?
I don't know. Whatever you find the best. I find the parry button better. But if you find doing forward better, then by all means, it's just preference. Whatever you find more consistent, right?
I found the parry button to be more consistent, but tapping forward feels easier. So I am kind of like torn between which one I want to press.
All right, up to you. That I will leave this to you on the next practice sessions that you have to decide which one you want to use. But you definitely should be going for whatever one and just stick to it. All right, so now crouching medium punch into standing medium kick into back heavy punch.
A medium punch into standing medium kick.
No. Crouching medium punch cancel, standing medium kick. Drive rush cancel. That's too slow. Alright, then do the back heavy punch afterwards. You cannot mash it out.
Okay.
Nope, it should be a 3-hit combo. You missed something right there. Nope. Now, all right. So when you drive rush, right, when you do this into this, you don't really need to time it, right? You don't need to time anything. When you press drive rush and you see the green flash, whatever you press, it's gonna come out when the game allows it, right? So the minimum frames that you have to wait in order for a strike to come out after a drive rush is 8 frames, right? So if you press the medium kick immediately after pressing the drive rush, then if you see my inputs, then you can see that I'm not timing it. I'm just pressing it as fast as I can after the drive rush, and it still come out, right? You don't need to time this at all, right? So you need to press it. It's not that you need to press it fast. It's that pressing it early, it will still come out. That's what I'm trying to convey here, right?
Okay.
That's way too slow. Way too slow. You need to get a 2-hit combo out of this. There you go. Now you need to add the back heavy punch when the kick hits the ground. Then you press the back heavy punch. See? Bam, 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 bam. See?
So once the foot hits the ground, back heavy punch.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the timing that you need to use. It's a tad bit fast. There you go. Well, there you go. There you go.
Hurry.
Pretty good. Yay. Now after that, then you need to do this into this. Then you need to do this, into this, into this, into this, right? Easy, right? I mean,
It's easy. I can see it being easy.
Marisa is one of the simplest characters to do combos with, but you still need to practice them. Alright, go ahead. The stage is yours for the. Try to do the whole thing, at least one or twice. We're gonna go over this when we talk about combo execution. So one trick, well, it's not like one trick to make it happen, but if you do something like this, and nothing comes out, it means that you're doing it way too early, right? If it doesn't come out, like if you do this into this, and you're like, well, it's not coming out, then it means that you're doing it way too early. That's why I want people not to mash, so they understand the timing and what's happening, and when it's not coming out, what's happening. If you just mash like this, then it will come out. It won't combo. Sometimes it won't combo, but you don't know what really happened in that execution, right?
Yeah.
Alright, give it a try a couple more times. Where's the Dima? Do this, into this, into this, into that. Yes! Yes! Alright. I'm happy. I'm happy with the with the result. Alright. So moving on. The crouching medium kick, it works almost the same as this, right? You want to hit low, but sadly this doesn't combo into anything other than, you know, maybe this into that. If you hit like way too deep, right? If you hit just a tiny bit not deep, then this will whip, right? If I have to be like on top of you to be able to hit crouching medium kick into that. So if I'm right here, for example, I can do it right here and hit you and go for that, right? But the best use of it, do you know what meaty means?
I've heard of the term, but never really understood what it actually meant.
So a meaty attack is an attack that's already on top of your character when you wake up, right? So that means if you, for example, if you try to wake up with light punch, I'm gonna knock you down, and when you wake up, you stab light punch, right? Crouching light punch. So if I do this into this, right? If you try to mash, my attack hits meaty. So that means that whatever you throw, you're gonna have the punch already in your face when you wake up, right? So that's meaty. That's one of the terms of meaty. The other one is, if you notice the frame data right here, right? There's the red squares represent when it's active, right? When the kick will actually hit you, right? If I just throw it right here, I will hit you on the first active frames, which is the first red square right there, right? But if I do something like this, I will hit probably on the second or the third, giving me more frames to do something, right? So if I do this into this and I don't hit it meaty, and I hit it on the first frame, I get +6, right? But if I hit meaty, it's not as easy, especially when you don't have a setup. I'm just trying it raw here, right? So if I hit meaty, as you can see, I'm +8. So that means I didn't hit you on the first active frames, but I hit you on the third active frame, giving me more chance, right? So if you hit meaty this, you can combo into this. See? Otherwise it will not connect. The other thing is that if you get a counter hit, then you're gonna get, instead of +6, you're gonna get +2, because it's a counter hit, right? A counter hit gives you 2 more frames of advantage. And if you get a punish counter, then you're gonna get +10, which is a lot easier, right? So that's the only good use of crouching medium kick, is to try and you know, attempt either a whiff punish or on wake up situations you do this, right?
Okay.
All right. So the medium punch, we already know this is like what we're hoping to connect in order for our combos to go up, right? I will not talk too much about standing medium punch because we already know what it is for, right? The only thing that I'm gonna say is that you definitely need to be aware that if you block. So if you block this, you're very, very, very negative, right? You're -A. So that's why we most of the time want to cancel into our gladius, right? And then there's times where you want to cancel into OD gladius, especially when people try to DP. Like if you do the regular version to me, like medium into regular gladius, whatever version. Again, I can do that, right? So the same happens with Shoryukens and stuff. There's a timing against certain Shoryukens that you need to do, but like you want to hold it a little bit and then release it, right? Okay. Other than that, well, yeah, you know, then there's this into this, which sets our combo, right? You shouldn't be doing this into this. By all means, this is a waste of bar. Way too many too much waste of bars.
Okay.
Right? You could do it like if you're not really sure that this will hit and you want to recover, right? Then you can do your combo out of that and you will use one more bar, but this isn't the default route. The default route is this, right? If I tell you to do your B&B combo, then you do this into this into this. Oh, not that. It's back heavy punch. Like this and then this, or heavy gladius, right? If you want to do level 3, then you do heavy gladius into level 3, right? So that's the basic stuff from the heavy punch. There's a lot of gimmick going behind the heavy punch, the medium punch into the gladius that you can use, right? So if your opponent is on burnout, you can just do medium into nothing and hold and see if they want to super and bait the super, for example. Some of the supers, some supers you cannot do that, but most of them you can. And then we have our air to air. Like if you try to jump, then there's this thing, right? Just jump. But there's another thing about that jump that you need to know that it's very difficult to pull off, right? Just hold up so you jump a couple times. But if you hit the medium punch when you're coming down like this, then you get a combo out of that, right? It's not easy to pull off, right? But sometimes when you jump and you see people jumping back at you or whatever, then you need to know that this is a thing. Okay? Now, your most useful neutral tool. This is what you came for. This is what you were asking for. What to do on neutral, and it's this tool right here. The forward medium punch is very important to have down. Very important to have down. Not only try to press like a crouching medium kick. Just keep pressing crouching medium kick. Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, just keep pressing
crouch medium kick.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a counter hit out of this, you can. Well, this is like a punish counter, but if you get a counter hit, then you need to do crouching medium punch into Dima, right? This is very important because you will catch a lot of people pressing buttons, right? But it only hits on counter hit or punish counter, right? So you definitely need to keep an eye on the little sign that shows up, right? Also, against most characters, if they do like a crouching heavy kick, if they try to, oh wait, do a crouching heavy kick. I don't remember the frame data for this. So okay, this is -11. All right, so do it again. So against most people, this is a punish, right? If you see a sweep, then definitely go for forward medium punch into crouching light punch into Dima, right? So that's. But you need to be aware of the little sign that shows up. If you do this and you don't see the counter hit attack, then you shouldn't be doing. You know, you shouldn't be doing for this. Like automatically going for this.
So would it be better to do that under the impression that it won't punish counter?
Um, well, yeah, by all means, if you're gonna punish counter, if you throw a Gladius at me from that distance, if you throw like a light Gladius from that distance, I'm gonna try and punish you with this, or try to punish you with this, right? But this is a 16 startup button, and this is a 12 startup button. So maybe if you're not really paying attention to punish counter, and you want to get something out quicker, then this button is 10 frames, right? And definitely when you are in neutral and nothing is happening, throwing this button out there, which is 12 frames, you're gonna get interrupted by a lot of crouching medium kicks, by crouching crouching medium punches, or whatever, right? Because it's 2 more frames. You're gonna get a lot of counter hits if you try to do that without actually whiff punishing. Right, so this button is a little bit safer because it's a little bit faster, right? So also if you do crouching heavy kick, and do crouching heavy kick, and I try to do this, then as you block, then you cannot punish with that. Right, so you need to do the forward medium punch. And again, when we are in neutral, if we are in neutral, like doing this right here and that, I'm just gonna throw this. And if I see the sign of counter hit, then I'll be going for this. Right? So if you get hit by this, and just get hit by this and block, right? See, if I do that, then I will be in trouble, right? So you definitely need to know when it's a counter hit and when it's not. To practice this, you need to set the dummy to random block and get always counter hit. And if you get a counter hit, then go for the crouching light punch. If not, then you go for the for nothing basically. You can keep the pressure, but you cannot go into into the D mode because they can block, right? But there's another thing about forward medium punch. We're halfway to what you should be doing with forward medium punch. Crouch block, and when you block, just do a crouching light punch, right? Block. No, crouch block there, and when I hit you, you're gonna do a crouching light punch. See? Now this is a very, very important thing to have, right? This is a space trap, right? If I do this and you throw the light punch, then I can punish counter you for that, right? And a lot of people tend to press buttons out of this, because this is a -3 button, right? So you cannot allow me as Marisa, you cannot allow me to be pressing, just block, right? Just block. So if you're just blocking, you cannot allow me to be doing this to you. I'm destroying your drive gauge by doing this.
No. Yeah.
So if -3 buttons, you definitely want to check them out. Right? You want to see what your opponent is about to do. You cannot allow people to keep pressuring. But if you try, if you block and do the light punch, and I'm not doing the right spacing, like just block and do crouching light punch or standing, yeah. And if I try to go for medium and you do the, yes, you can see I cannot. I'm not able to press up. See, I cannot continue my medium punch pressure if you do that, right? The thing is that if I do this, then I can possibly catch you doing that. See? So there's a counter game to this, right? There's a counter game to this. And instead, if you do crouching medium punch instead of crouching light punch, right? You just block first. Yeah,
block first and then.
Yeah, blocking and do crouching medium punch in response to my forward medium punch, right?
Should I crouch block or normal?
Yeah,
block?
just crouch and block, and do. Yeah, after this, do medium punch. Yeah, see, it's very, very hard. It's a lot harder to actually, and you will punish me for trying to go for the medium punch. as well, right? See, I cannot continue my pressure. If you do the timing properly, then you will clean beat me up. Okay, so that's the counter game, and a lot of people will like Kami, Ken, Ryu's will throw a crouching medium kick in attempt to hit you out of whatever pressure, and they will continue the pressure. So you need to see what your opponent is doing and how they are reacting to this button, right? And in neutral, if nothing at all is happening, then you can do this and set things in motion, right? People will get afraid of you being this close, right? Because you could do something like this into this, right? You could do something like this, walk backwards into this, right? This will set things in motion for you to see what your opponent is doing against this, right? And if you see them always reacting, at least 2 times reacting and trying to stop you with a light, then you can set up a space trap, okay? You will catch a lot of people, I promise you. You will catch a lot of people pressing light after they block this. But you need to know the spacing, right? So, try it. So you're too close right here. See? You're way too close. From like right over there, I will whiff my... So you need to be aware on where your punch is landing, right? And after you see that, then you follow with the medium punch. Too close. There you go. And then you follow up with your full combo. There you go. There you go. That's what you want to do, right? But you need to be aware for this. You need to be careful for that, right? You cannot just do this into this, like automatically. You cannot go this into this, right? You need to know what's gonna happen. You need to have an educated guess on what's gonna happen. If you see your opponent, like if you try to do a forward medium punch, right, and you try to make me fall for that, right, and I see that and I do this consistently, then that means that your space trap is not gonna work. So you need to do something else. Like you need to so if try and do just block and try and do the crouching medium punch again, right? See, if I do this into this and you go for the medium, then you get hit by this, and I can do my route, right? My combo route. So that's, you know, it's a very big rock paper scissors game when you do this, right? And people will need to guess what you're gonna do, right? Another thing that you can do, try and do block and try and do whatever you want to do. Just attack, right? If I'm gonna do this and just attack, right? Okay. So if I do this, I can do that, right? And then, you know, set up pressure. You can throw them. You can do the crouching light kick. Right? It's very useful when they are about to die, right? And they don't want to press a button, right? If you block this, you don't walk backwards, then you get grabbed, right? But there's a lot going on with forward medium punches, you can see, right? That you can do if they don't do anything, right? Okay. Any questions about that, or any questions so far?
Don't think. Oh, okay. So basically, what you just said, for I can't remember the name of this stance, but this stance.
This is called stance. I mean, it's called Scotum, but we just call it stance or counter.
The command grab is good for if the forward medium is blocked, and if they don't, like, walk back.
I mean, you definitely don't want to be doing this into this as much. I mean, it's possible.
Yeah,
but if you just block
not like
it,
every time.
Yeah, if they block it, especially if they are fast characters like Cammy, Ken, Chun, if they are particularly when they are in the corner, then this becomes more viable, right? In neutral, I don't really recommend it doing as much, you know, going for this into this, because they can just walk away from it. But if you see them pressing buttons, then by all means, just go into this, and wait for them to press buttons. If they just walk away, you have to know that this is safe on block. If you block this, if you block this, it's an overhand, right? So if you block this, then you're safe, right? If you do this, then you're not safe. But if you do this, right, for whatever reason they escape, if you do this, then you'll be fine, right? It's -3 only, okay?
Okay.
All right. Moving on with the heavy button. There's a lot to explain for the heavy punch. You know, we have if you do crouching medium kick, for example, right? We have the usual crouching medium kick. Just keep doing it, right? We have the usual thing of to punish counter people. Oh wow! Right, we get this into this, right? That's very easy, right? So now with season 2, if I get a safe jump situation, you know what a safe jump is, right? Let's start with that.
A jump that's safe.
Yeah, but what makes it safe? What's the theory behind make it safe, right?
Isn't it after you do like a certain move, and if you're plus on enough frames, you can jump ahead and you'd be plus to do whatever other moves you want. I think. I'm not sure, but
yeah. Okay, so plus 42 is the magic number for safe jump, right? So if you do this combo into that, this setups as a safe jump, right? What does that mean? That means that if you, for whatever reason, use a reversal attack that's invincible, because it's invincible, I will not hit you, and I will touch the ground one or 2 frames faster, so I can block your reversal attempt, right? And if you don't press anything and you just block, then you will get hit. I mean, you need to block it, right? Hold on. Let me hit you.
oh,
So if I do this combo right here, this sets up a safe jump, right? As you can see, you need to do something about it, right? So a lot of people, the only way to actually beat a safe jump is to try and attempt a perfect parry, right? Oh, whoops. Oh, holy shit, dude. So if you try and perfect parry there, so in that situation, as you can see, I'm -2 and you're +2. But if you try to throw me, I will be able to tech. So it's very, very difficult to deal with safe jumps, right? So the only thing that you can do is try and perfect parry and try and attack and see if that lands. So it's a gamble again for the opponent, right? So now that we have season 2, we can do stuff like this, and instead of going for the full try and hit you with it, we can do this and fully charge the heavy punch in the air in order to beat, well, not beat, but just try to parry when you wake up. We will I will not get perfect parried if I do that in the air. Oh my god. The timing is very weird, right? So as you can see, you parried it. All right, nothing happened. You cannot possibly get a perfect parry out of it, I believe. And I'm +18 in that situation, right? So it's another trick that you can do, right? If you get this knockdown here, then you can go for the usual route is to do this, right? And when you get this kick down, then you throw this out, or you get a command grab or whatever, right? But now we have the charge heavy punch, and the charge heavy punch, will put us on that situation. Then they need to guess, right? You need the full charge, right? So you need to like the moment you jump, you press it, or otherwise it's not gonna come out. But if you just do it way too late, then it'll stay in the air and it will not come out. So this will happen, as you can see. The kick is not coming out. But anyways, that's very cheeky. That you will not need this as much, right? It's good that you know that after this combo right here, you can set up a what's it called, a safe jump, right? The thing about the safe jump is that afterwards, you just need to block a little bit. You need to block for a couple frames, so you can see if they reversal or not, and then you can do whatever, right? If you try to grab me, you will get hit by that kick right there. A block and grab. That's not supposed to happen, but if you do it properly, then you cannot grab me out of it. Alright. So also the standing heavy punch charge right now, we can combo into this, right? We didn't used to be able to, but we can do it now. And unblock is like +3, so that means that you can get, you know, more pressure out of it, right? So some Marisas right now are doing something like this. They drive rush into this and try to catch people, you know. If you try to stop me with I don't know, a standing medium kick or a crouching medium punch, then you will get hit by this, right? So some Marisas are started using this as a way to try and get in like that, right? Now that's heavy punch. Well, we have back heavy punch, which is our combo starters. Like for a lot of things, then we can do this into that. Oh well, definitely the anti-air. How can I miss this, right? You want to anti-air more. You need to anti-air more. You cannot allow people to be jumping with you, right? It comes a lot with the with how you play neutral, that you can or cannot anti-air, right? If you're not paying attention or you're not thinking about your opponent capable of jumping in, then you will not get this. As you can see, it reaches like right over there on the health bar, so you don't need to wait too much for to press it, right? You get a counter hit, you get a plus a lot depending on when you hit. So Marisa is the only character that gets, you know, that knocks people down afterwards, right? So after you get this, you get pressure. You can drive rush and attempt to do, you know, to set things into motion, right? You need to drive rush afterwards. Right? So if you do it way too high, then you need to wait a little bit, and then so yeah, you definitely want to have that down. You definitely want to be using this as one of your primary anti-airs. You can do this, of course, like you can do Gladius as an anti-air, but you know, this is way safer for me. I mean, you can react very late. It's air invulnerable on the upper part of her body. It's very, you definitely need to practice how to anti-air more. Alright, the heavy kick, right? The heavy kick is very it's a very good poke, right? But you cannot be just throwing it like this all the time, because you know they can jump at it, right? And it's also really good as a punish counter too right now, because I don't know, do charge heavy punch, for example. Just charge heavy punch. If we get this, then we have this route now. We can cash out a lot of damage, right? So yeah, getting a punish counter out of this kick, you definitely need to have the reactions to go into the new route. Okay. But also we have forward heavy kick, right? Forward heavy kick into this is very important to have in neutral. when nothing is happening and people is just coming at you, doing this is a very good tool, right? If you block it, just block. If you block it, then I'll get a drive gauge out of you. Not only that, but the spacing I do, because I'm using the light version, like I'm right over here, and if you try and press something, I will most likely be in range to punish you, right? If you try to press like a standing, but you need to block it first. You need to block the Gladius and try and press something. Like if you press something right there, then I will possibly punish counter or pressing buttons. Okay. So that pretty much it for the buttons, right? Then there's a lot of combo routes that you need to do. Do you have any questions right now with the buttons?
No.
It's a lot of information, right?
Good information.
So, alright, yeah. Oh, and we have this thing. If you try to walk away from situation, people will try to walk away from this, right? If they try to walk away, we have like proximity block now. That you see the character turns into try to block it when walking backwards, right? Oh, hold on, don't get into the board. So if you try to walk back, as you can see, your character stops, right? So it's also a good thing to throw sometimes, because even if they block it, and they need to block low, right? If they block it, then we're safe at +3, right? I mean -3, but it's safe, okay? So you can use it sometimes if you're doing pressure, just they want to get away, then you can do this, and it stops them. Alright, okay, so let's go into a little bit of execution, right? Do your Gladius for a second. Keep doing Gladius. Let's keep doing it. Do the light. Okay, good. Now, I want you to see a difference here, right? It's very, very different to do this, and another thing is to do this, right? As you can see, the second thing, most people do the motion, and they end the motion with the button, right? When you come into practice now, I want you to do the motion first, and then the button. Like, finish your motion and do the button, right? Right? That will give you a lot of consistency when doing combos, right? Not only this, but this thing right here. It's also very important that you do the motion. Oh, something that I forgot to mention, that if you do a forward heavy kick into Gladius, you need to press back, right? You need to press back, because if you press down forward, then you will get this 100% of the time, right? We don't want that. We want the Gladius. Okay? Try it out. See? You need to press back. You need to do half circle forward instead of quarter circle forward. Pretty much. There you go. You need to do the light version, by the way. Do the light. Always do the light. There you go. Just like that, yeah. Okay. So, alright, so now do your phalanx. Phalanx is the Superman punch. Superman punch. Alright. Oh, you have really good motions right there. A lot of people, when doing Superman punch, they do something like this, right? They do something like this, and it's pretty ugly, right? So when you come into training, you want to do like 10 times your motions, right? You do them perfectly, like 10 times. Yeah, see, that's not perfect, so you start over, right? So if you get something like this, or you get your button into the motion, then you start over, right? So you come and do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, right? the same with your phalanx. You don't need to do. You can do gladius or you can do the quadriga. It doesn't really matter. It's the quadricycle forward. Then you move to the other side and you do the same. So why is this important, right? When you're doing combos, you don't want to your motions to be on top of your buttons, right? Because sometimes when you're doing the motions, you want to be doing the next motion as you're pressing the button. So if I do something like this, right, I want to be doing the next motion before pressing my button, kinda, right?
Now you know him.
So this is just to build consistency, right? When you clean your inputs, you're just building consistency for things to come out in game, right? So I wanted to do her BNB, right? Oh, something else that I noticed is that whenever I told you to drive rush, you do this into this, right? You press parry and then you go forward, instead of doing the forward parry method. You should be doing this, especially in neutral, right? If you're on a combo, it doesn't really matter. But if we're on neutral, then you need to do this, right? You cannot be doing this. It uses more bar. It's easier to react to. You need to do this, right?
Wait, what's the version that I shouldn't be doing?
You shouldn't be just pressing parry and forward. You should be pressing forward and forward parry. Forward parry, right? Like this. Yeah, like that. So if you get a knockdown, like right here, you don't want to be doing this because you're using more bar, right? So you want to be learning how to do this, okay? Now do the medium punch BNB. So this is your BNB, right? This is the combo. Oh, not that. With back heavy punch. So this is the combo that you want to be doing all the time, like this or the one with the phalanx. It has different purposes, but alright, go ahead.
Oops.
Oh, it's either heavy gladius or heavy phalanx. Another thing that you have to do is that you need to put the practice dummies into random block and do this. And if you get a hit, then you continue with your combo. If not, then you just stop and do maybe a gladius, right? Alright. Yeah, that's it. Oh, you need to do the heavy one. The heavy.
Oh, okay.
Either the heavy phalanx or the heavy gladius. Whichever of the two. Okay. So, there's other things that you could be doing. Like if you want to be doing, if you want to do more corner carry instead of more damage, then you can do this, right? Oh, whoops. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just go into the default new route now. So if you do this into that, right? This has a lot more corner carry than, you know, the phalanx or the gladius one. But the timing is a little finicky, so you can try it out if you want. But there's a lot of combos that you can later check and later practice. But oh, it's the heavy quadriga afterwards.
The heavy what?
The heavy quadriga. The quadriga. This is the quadriga.
No.
This is gladius, phalanx, quadriga, scotum, Dima Keris, but we just call it Dima. Alright. Okay. Exercise number 2 now. I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna when I touch the ground, I'm gonna DI. You're gonna DI back, and you're gonna do a combo, right? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Oh no 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 no! You don't want to be doing that. Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. You need to do this combo. Okay. So the reason why is because when you do this, you automatically have to use 2 bars in order to continue the combo. Right? With this, you don't need bars to do the combo. Right? Okay. Just do the back heavy punch combo now. Oh, we don't have the timing down, huh?
Not really.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you need to practice. Have you finished the combo tries for Marisa?
I did actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in one of those combos, there has to be this thing. I don't remember now because I did it way too early, but this timing is very, very important, right? So, because if you get a stun or you get a counter DI, then you want to be doing this. Or like if I as I showed you, if you do this into this, then you definitely want to be doing this, right? It's very, very important to have that down. I mean, I guess you can autopilot into doing this, but that's not, going for the better route and going for the for the better things that Marisa has, right? So yeah, you need to practice this into that. Go ahead and practice. We are on combo practice now.
Wait, can you demonstrate it one more time?
And then you continue your combo
Okay.
normally, right? So when I was starting learning this combo, what I learned was that first you don't need to release the back, right? You can just press back and hold it, right? The other thing that I was looking for, I'm not looking for that anymore, but when her punch goes into the air, is the time, like right over there in the health bar. That's the time when to press the second one, and then then continue with this.
Okay.
Oh no, you do the heavy Dima afterwards.
What did I press?
I don't know.
Oh.
You press a bunch of buttons. So it's very good that you watch your own inputs and see where the problem is, right? You need to do the heavy Dima afterwards, right? And then it's like a regular combo, right? And you do this into that, or you do this into this, and then into level 3, right? So I don't know if you know. Something else as a trick. Like when I do this into this, sometimes I just do. The super is 2 quarter circle forwards, right? 2 quarter circle forwards kick, right? But you can use a gladius, like quarter circle forward gladius, and that quarter circle forward becomes the first quarter circle forward for the super, right? So you can do this. As you can see, I just did 1 quarter circle forward for the gladius. And another quarter circle forward kick, and the super came out because it reads as 2 quarter circle forwards. Oh my god, that was a mouthful. But yeah, you also you could practice that. I mean, you can definitely do this into 2 quarter circle forwards, but that's just to make it easier for you.
Now you know.
Alright, so the combo practices and doing different combos, I'm gonna leave it to you as a drill, right? You need to come into the training area and practice those combos. I'm gonna show you a document of a friend, Lubeless. He has a lot of combo routes, a lot of information on paper that you can come and practice, right? The same goes for this combo right here in the corner now. This is the route we want to go for stun combo, right? As you can see, he does a ton of damage, right?
Now you know.
That's the basic one. You could have spent more bar and get more damage out, but yeah. All right. Questions that you might have so far.
No, I'm good.
All right. So, all right. Drill number 3. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna play some footsies, right? I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm either gonna jump at you, and you need to anti-air with. I'm gonna throw a kick, right? So if you want to anti-air with the gladius, then that's good. But if you want to anti-air with this or gladius, or I'm gonna try and whiff this button, right? When I whiff this button, I want you to punish counter. You can punish counter with that, right? But if you punish counter with that, I want you to be doing this into this into that, right? You don't need to do the full combo button, right? If not, if you can punish with that, then I want you to do crouching light punch into light demon. If you punish with this, then you do medium target combo. Okay? So I'm gonna do one of the two. All right, we'll start now. Nope, no. You're defaulting your punish counter to forward medium punches. That's not what I want. I actually want to punish with heavy punch, right? You know, this thing is when you're like too late to react to this, and then you just do this because yeah, it's your like last resource, right? I want you to do heavy punch, and then get a big punish counter. You don't need to press forward, by the way. It's neutral. Oh. Right. Alright, that's fine. If you don't get it, that's fine. What I want is more of the, you know, the reaction, you know, for you to have that reaction. Okay. There you go. Oh. No. Why are you drive rushing like that?
Instinct. It's all
your
instinct.
Your instinct as Marisa.
Or muscle memory, rather.
Yeah, your big instinct has to be pressing medium all the time, right? As Marisa, you want to be doing this medium so much. At least on your rank. Later we can discuss why you shouldn't be doing this all the time. But yeah, if you get this, then by all means try and do the medium. Right? If you get this, then you get medium. If you get this, then you get medium cake. Right? Alright. You can set this as a dummy doing this to you. Strider has a video on it. How you can set the dummy to be doing this to you, so you can practice your reactions. Okay. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the neutral and the psychology of the game, right? What do you want to be doing? Alright, we discussed that this is the range that Marisa wants to be at, but there are many things happening, right? Why? Something that I ask people is why do you do this walk right here? Why do you do it? Why do you think this is for?
For spacing, and I would think to be able to wait for a whiff.
What is spacing? What does spacing mean?
The area between you and your opponent.
The air. All right. So, is that your full answer?
Yes.
Okay. So, it's the most natural answer. You know, trying to whiff punish. Try to get into an area of where I can hit you with my normals and my stuff, right? But there's always one thing lacking, right? When I'm here playing against your Marisa, for example, I'm gonna try and stay. Well, it's a mirror match, so we already know what our ranges are, right? So I want to be in a range for me, but that means being in a range for you, right? But regardless, what I want to be doing is I'm trying to get information about what you want to do, right? I know that this is your Gladius range, but by doing this, by being like right over here and coming close to you, I need to see if you want to throw the Gladius at me, right? Or what do you want to throw at me when I'm getting close to you? What do you want to do, right? What are you doing, right? This also means that I'm handling my mental stack, because I'm ready to deal with whatever you throw, right? So if I come close to you and you do a Gladius, like do a Gladius, right? If I come close to you, right, and I see the Gladius and I'm coming back, and it's not gonna matter because I'm just gonna block it, right? But that tells me that you want to be throwing Gladius, which is fine. But at one point, instead of me going full forward into your Gladius area, I'm just gonna come in and then come out, right? And that will see, and I will see if that triggers your Gladius reaction, so I can punish it, right? Another thing is that when I'm doing this, right, and I just throw a Gladius at you, and you block it, right? Block it? No, get out of the corner. The corner is a very special place, right? So, alright, you block it here, you block it. Now you're way too close. I don't want you to be here, right? So, I throw Gladius at you, you block it, and you block it, and you know, this works as a Hadouken sort of thing. I'm conditioning you to think that whenever you try to get close, I'm gonna Gladius, right? So that might trigger the fact that you want to jump this thing, right? A lot of, you know, if you jump a Gladius, then it's a guarantee a big damage. So people like to jump this, right? If I keep doing it like this, then your mind will be like, oh, I'm gonna jump this and I'm gonna get a big combo out of that. So I condition you to think that I'm gonna throw a Gladius whenever you're in close range. So that when that happens, I'm gonna wait for you to try and jump in at me, right? There's a lot going on when we do this dance over here, right? But one of the things that you don't want to do is getting into a range and not be aware that you're into a range, right? Because I can do this here standing up, but the moment I'm very close to you, especially against Ryu's, Kami's, whatever, that they want to start with a crouching medium kick, then I will start doing this and crouch and be wary of the situation, right? As Marisa, you want your opponent to be using their resources and wasting their resources. So if I come here, right, and at this range, I will definitely be set here and wait for them to press crouching medium kick into drive rush, and they're gonna waste 3 bars doing this into nothing, right? They might get a grab, but that's like, yeah, whatever, right? They're not gonna kill you over a grab, right? But something that a lot of Marisa players do is that they try to get away from the situation by just walking backwards, right? So if we're here and then suddenly I'm in this situation right here, you're kind of stuck because Marisa is not fast. A lot of Marisa players like to do this, and they get clipped way too much low, right? You either want to be doing this, right? If nothing is happening, which I really doubt it, most people would press buttons. And you want to be doing this and then walk backwards, right? This and then walk backwards, right? You get out of the area, right? Or you can do this and then get away, right? But you definitely don't want to, you know, come in here and just walk away like that. Or just walk away like this. It's very bad idea, right? Alright, so again, it's not, try not to think so much of what you can do all the time, right? Like, oh, this is the place I can hit the Gladius, or this is the place I can hit a crouching medium punch or a forward medium punch. It's not that all the time. It is that. It's part of it, right? But the more you slow down your game, Marisa cannot be as oppressive as other characters, Right? You cannot be on top of people throwing things like this and getting away with it. People will interrupt you. No matter what. So you want to be here. You want to chill, and you want to play and counter your opponent. When you counter your opponent, when you don't let them use their tools, then it's a win, right? You attack their mental, and if they whiff and you get like a big punish from this, and you get a big damage out of that, then that's all you need to win. You need a couple interactions, a couple of conversions, and then you'll be doing like 30 to 40% of damage, and then you get a safe jump, you get this, and then you get that, and see that's already more than half of the damage, right? That's what you should be on the lookout for, right? You don't want to be all the time, doing stuff, thinking about doing stuff, rather than, just blocking, in gold, platinum, and even low diamonds and some masters. There's a lot of chaos going on. If you cannot stop that chaos, if you become part of that chaos, you will not improve in your game. You definitely want to be able to deal with that chaos, right? And part of that chaos, I'm gonna go and choose another character for a second here. Part of that choose a character. Ryu, Ken, Kami, Akuma. Which one do you want?
Akuma.
Yuri, Akuma.
Here comes a new challenger.
Alright, so let me turn on the thing here. Alright. So, block for a second. Just crouch block.
Wait. Turning on my input history. Okay.
Block, just crouch block. Alright, so this is -1, right? And this is 8. So that means that for me to be doing this into that, I'm gonna need 9 frames, right? A lot of people like to get away with doing stuff like this into this, right? Because this is where the damage comes from, right? You need to stop this. You definitely need to stop this, right? You cannot allow people to be doing this to you. So you just, when you see this, when you see the light stop, right? You stand up and press medium punch, right? Oh, you should get a counter hit if I do.
Do I do out there the punch or the kick?
You need to do it before the kick, right? You cannot do anything against this, right? This is, lights cancel into themselves, so this is a block string, right? But a lot of people like to do this and then throw these things out, right? And you need to stop that. You need to stop this. You cannot allow people to be doing this to you, right? So, see, there you get then you get a counter hit, right? But you need to be aware of the situation, right? If I do this into this, or if I do this and then into this, whatever version, I'm not gonna be able to combo this into that, right? You can just stand up and do a medium punch, right? But you need to look when the lights end, right? If I do this and then this or this, right? 2 and then or 3, you need to realize when the string ends and not allow people to continue pressure, right? Yeah, something like that, right? That's too late. The moment you block this, the crouching medium kick, it's kind of over, right? I mean, you can throw your medium, but if you throw the medium and I block it, then you're gonna be in trouble, right?
Is it more of a reactionary thing to tell when the lights end?
Yeah, pretty much. Like if they are not one after the other, right? It means it stopped, right? Like this is very different from this, right? As you can see, yeah, just like that. See, I mean, if I delay it, I can delay it just a tiny bit, but I mean, people don't do that. Right? People just go from this into that, right? And people, you know, on lower ranks, they will not go for that. And there you go. You get a counter hit. You get a big damage. Or if you just want to stop people from doing this to you, you can also just stand up and crouch and stand in light kick, and you can push them away, right? That's another choice that you can do, and it's even faster. It's a lot faster, right? So if I do this, if I try to do this into that, right? You can just stand up and light kick as well. But you get nothing, right? Nothing other than, you know, you make them, you know, second guess, right? So yeah, that's what you want to be doing. You cannot allow people to just when you block, you don't want people to just press buttons at you. And another thing that you can use, you know, characters when they block, you know, if you keep blocking, like they will most likely throw one low, and then they will, you know, try and do things like this, right? And OD Gladius beats all of these. If you do OD Gladius in the middle of this, OD Gladius. You need, if you want to push people away, huh? The OD.
Which one's that? OD?
OD, yeah. EX.
Oh,
the one with two buttons, yeah, that one. How do you call that? It's OD from Overdrive.
I say EX.
Okay.
EX.
EX, OD.
And then EX move.
Okay, so it's OD in Street Fighter 6. I come from Street Fighter 4, and I also used to call them EX, but it's OD. Alright, so you cannot allow people to, you know, be doing this to you. There's a lot of gaps in this. See? There's a lot of gaps in these things that you shouldn't allow people to be, you know, nilly-willy. So the problem is that if you just let them, they will eventually just go for that, right? Because they know Marisa's weaknesses, right? But if they are just pressing things like this, yeah, you need to push them away, and get them off you. The problem is that you need to be aware that this can happen as well, right? So use OD Gladius more often. Most Marisa players don't do that, right? Alright. Maybe we have some time to check some of your replays. Or you want me to check some of your replays, like a couple of them?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna stream on Discord so you can watch.
Alright.
Alright, there's our matches. Oh, you were in platinum.
Yeah, I was plat 1, and then the first time I reached it, I didn't play the game for a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see. Let's see this jury, right?
Nowhere to run.
Now, with your newly acquired knowledge, you should be able to pinpoint some of your mistakes, right? And whenever you should watch more of your replays and looking for these mistakes, right? So, but one thing that I want you to do for a couple days, a week, as long as you want, when you start a match, for the first 3 seconds, like up to 97 or more if you want, do not do any offensive action. Offensive action is just don't throw Gladius, don't throw Quadrigas, don't throw anything like Drive Rush, nothing, none of that. Don't jump forward, nothing, none of that. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna observe what your opponent is doing, right? If they jump at you, do anti-air. If they drive rush you, stand medium kick, or crouching medium punch into drive rush. Whatever. Just don't do anything. In this, walking forward is also something, right? Walking forward is also an act of aggression, and you got hit by just because you were walking forward, right? Don't cross your starting line for 3 seconds. Just stay there. Don't walk backwards, and just don't hold back and go all the way backwards, but hold your ground, right? If they come too close, then definitely try to stop them from pressuring you. But if they don't do anything for a couple seconds, then you shouldn't be doing anything as well, right? And the same goes for this is the task, right? For 3 seconds, try to observe your opponent. But for the whole match, as Marisa, what you want to be doing, if they are just walking away from you, you shouldn't just serve whatever button in a silver platter for them to punish, right? So if they're not doing anything, why should you be doing something, right? They just want you to whiff so they can punish you, right? So you get hit by this kick just because you were walking forward, right? And yeah, you got hit, you're -2, and you try to get a punch out. And no, you definitely need to start blocking way more. Alright, so see, you have the projectile right in your face and you try to jump. You need to be aware of this situation right here. Again, you're -2. Alright, so she's -4 in here. If you block this standing, she won't push you as back, and then you can punish with crouching light punch into standing medium punch target combo. But alright. So see, in situations like this, Yuri, she probably wants to run away and get stocks, right? What you need to do right now, you're almost at the border of the corner, right? Just a couple step backs and you're in the corner. But you have all this space available because unless she drive rushes, then and you can react to the drive rush and just block. Unless she drive rushes, there's nothing much that she can do other than maybe jump at you. But you should be ready because you're not thinking about anything else. You're just watching your opponent, and you have all this space that you can just walk forward. See, like this situation right here, it shouldn't frighten you. Why did you get scared here? Right? You start walking forward, and she like a tiny step forward, and you got scared, and then you just press back. Why? You have all this space. There's nothing she can do about it, right? You just keep walking forward, get your space. You get a knockdown. You get a +37 knockdown, and you decide to go for heavy phalanx, which is very, very noticeable, right? Like right here, you can do two things: either drive rush forward and try for her to do a Shoryuken, a DP Shoryu, and waste her resources, or do nothing and just punish for that, or maybe do a forward heavy kick into the Gladius to add more pressure. But if you show this, which is super slow, then she can just react, and she didn't even waste the resources to do that, right? See, that's also what I was talking about. You're in this situation right here. You're way too close. This is red area. This is red zone. So anything that she can throw will hit you, right? The problem is that she took too long. This is her mistake. But you decided to walk away from this situation like this, and you will get clipped a lot by doing this. In this instance, she just took too long. But this is you shouldn't be doing this, right? Alright, so yeah, you should also get into the habit of pressing crouching medium punch. In situations like this, if you're gonna press crouching medium punch, you should already be pressing the drive rush cancel, so you can get a better combo. Oh no. Oh, this is also a no-no. If you're ever jumping, trying to get, if you're ever jumping in the corner, you should definitely jump out of the corner, not here. You just jump here, you try to get ahead, but yeah, you're in the same situation. You're in the corner, right? Also, you don't want to be doing this, right? that mashing right there, you don't want to be doing. Anti-airs. Yeah, the corner is a gamble, right?
Come on now. Give me a little bit
The real problem with that is that maybe you shouldn't have gambled in pressing buttons and more into blocking. You're plus 35 here. You cannot let people just wake up like that. Like, at least you have to threat them by walking forward and maybe do nothing, okay? But you just let her wake up without any threat. Alright? This is bad. Shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, you're not using forward medium punch like at all. Something that you just discovered today, I guess. But I see. As I was telling you, you know, she goes for a low here, but she goes for a high, right? And those situations. So here's the low. She got this out, jumping. That jumping, you could have just OD Gladius, and then she goes for another high attack, and then she goes for low, okay? And again, she goes for up attack. You could have OD Gladius, most of it. I see up attack, and then she goes low. Oh, why are you defaulting to that if you're blocking? Now you need to be aware that if she does level 3, you're dead, right? So you could drive rush into crouching light punch to bait the super, or any super, or do nothing. See, you need to respect the bars, especially when people is in burnout. The only thing they have is the bar, right? What? Nice anti-air. Now you need to pressure. Yeah, she has no bar, no pressure. So see, you cannot allow this. Right? You cannot. You have all these resources at your disposal. She has nothing. Like, she doesn't have super. She doesn't have drive gauge. You decide to go for this. And now, in a situation like this, what could she have done to hit you? Nothing at all. Oh, that was a gift from the heavens for her, right? So it's always a lot of these small decisions that will get you into trouble, right? Let's watch. Not Zangief. Oh, this guy's a master, so no. You know, the level difference here is gonna be way too high.
Yeah.
So let's see this. This matchup is a little bit in favor for Marisa. He cannot just boom like mad. Let's see what happens here.
Hope you're ready. Round 1. Fight. Sonic boom. Sonic boom.
Alright. Yeah, you have.
Sonic boom. Sonic boom.
Yeah. Up front, you definitely need to at least do a dash forward. This right here is not good. Like, you don't want Guile to be free. Definitely, this thing is not good.
Sonic boom. Sonic boom.
Parry, parry, parry. All right. Don't jump in on reaction. Like if you know the difference between a read and a reaction, right?
Yeah.
So you cannot be jumping those on reaction. Like if when you see the thing right there, you shouldn't be jumping. You're lucky that this guy's not so good. But
Should I be pairing all the fireballs? Like just fireballs in general?
there's a couple things that you can do. A situation like that. If you just parry them, you're playing with their patience, right? You have to see if they're patient enough to just keep throwing this, right? But another thing that you should be aware of is that the drive gauge situation right here, you should be looking to burn him out, right? So you have three options. One right here is just block, to parry. There's more than two. You can block, you can parry, but in here, if you neutral jump this, they need to wait for this to get out of the screen for a couple seconds before they can throw another one. That gives you chance to at least take a little bit of a space, right? Also, you need to try and guess the pattern in which they are throwing the prunes. So you can phalanx. You need to medium. Phalanx is primarily an anti-fireball tool and a combo tool. So you need to put that to work, right? But you need to watch. Yeah, instead of jumping, you could have just medium phalanx, right? All right, nice Gladius you got there. All right, pressure. No conversion from that. He's gonna. Oh no. Oh no. Heavy punch. Yeah. Oh, yeah, see? You cannot be reacting to that like that. Oh. Yeah, you definitely want to slow down the quadriga usage here. You're always using it to get close to your opponent. You shouldn't be doing that. Very. Oh, you should be stopping that as well. You didn't even get as much damage as you should. But yeah, you need to practice those combos out. Yeah, you can neutral jump at this range. You can just neutral jump and make him, not be as oppressive to that. Now look at the bar difference here. He should be coming at you, try and burn you out. Yeah, you're leaving your ankles very unsafe. Right? Always you need to be blocking low. They are gonna go for the low because they know, right, the situation. Right. All right. Well, that was a lot of information. So I used a lot of the time trying to give you the tools for Marisa, right?
I'm gonna watch it back and take down like all the notes and whatnot and practice it.
I'm gonna send you a couple of resources that you can study and watch, and a couple videos that you can try and apply to improve your game. I'm not gonna send you, oh, look at this combo video. It's not about that, right?
Yeah.
There are resources that will help you improve your game. Any final questions that you might have?
No, that's it. That was really helpful actually.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'm gonna yes.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I do have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What can I? Do you use any like sites where I could donate? Now I can't donate now, but I would like to be able to save a link so I can go to it for when I'm able to.
Sure. We're gonna talk about it in a second. I'm gonna end the recording here to wrap it up, and then we can discuss about that. So I'm gonna finish the
Okay.
recording now.